What's going on, everybody? What's going on? How you doing? How you doing? How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Well. News, news. It is crazy out here, guys. I want to thank everybody for joining. Thank you. Everybody who's on YouTube, thank you so much. Everybody who's on Twitter, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Wait a little bit till you guys come in. Thank you. Got some things we're going to discuss. We're going to discuss crazy Luigi screaming at the media. Like, I don't know what he thought that he was going to get through to the public. And we're going to talk about BLM leader who is quite angry because of the Daniel Penny verdict. I mean, if you watch the video, you can clearly see that this guy, Jordan Neely, went on the train acting Ray, saying he wanted to kill people or he wanted to die. And Daniel Penny stepped up, as a former Marine and, did what he had to do and ended up being in a situation. But there were other people who held Mr. Neely down. But those guys were not on trial. Ivan Bragg, I don't know what the hell he was thinking with just putting Mr. Daniel Penny on trial, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. But just waiting for you guys to come in. Appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Check out my channel. Is my namesake, Akil Taylor, on YouTube. And anybody who's on Twitter, I really appreciate each and every one of you guys who's on Twitter. Thank you so much. This is really good for me. I'm trying to get things going. There's a new YouTube and a new person on Twitter, so I really would appreciate it. You guys follow me and subscribe to my channel. That would greatly help me out. So without further ado, what we're going to do is we're going to get to the first topic, which is going to talk about Mr. Mangione screaming at reporters. So I don't know what he was thinking, but let's get to it, guys. Let's get to it.
We are following breaking news. We have new video of Luigi Mangione's arrival at a courthouse in Pennsylvania. That's where we were anticipating an extradition hearing for the 26-year-old Ivy League graduate and high school valedictorian accused in the murder of health insurance CEO Brian Thompson.
Yeah, let's see.
I just want to ask this question. Like, they keep saying high school valedictorian, Ivy League, going to college, going to Ivy League college. That doesn't mean that he can't be pushed to murder. All right? Come on. This guy, something must have happened in his life for him to choose directly that guy. I wonder, and it just makes me think, and nobody really said this, but I wonder if that CEO and Mr. Mangione, I wonder if they were in a secret relationship. You never know. They could have been in a secret lover relationship, and the CEO was like, nah, you getting too close. And he said, nah, if I can't have you, nobody can have you. There's a lot of things that happens like that, guys. You got to really think about that. So I want you guys to really think about that. That could be a motive. Because if the wife ain't really doing anything, and I don't know, could be the wife set him up too. We don't know because we don't know how the wife looks. Some of these young guys, 26 years old, getting some older buns that's put on you, you would probably go crazy and do what she say to do. But that's if it is. If it is, we don't really know. So let's continue. Let's just find out. Let's just find out.
This moment, it is actually sort of something to watch. He was trying to send a message, but police rush him off very quickly.
It's completely out of touch. And it's insult to the intelligence of the American people.
All right, so
let's go back because I didn't hear exactly what he said. Let's go back.
It's completely out of touch. and an insult to the intelligence of the American people and the lived experience.
An insult to the intelligence of the American people. I wonder what he meant by that. I wonder what he meant by that. An insult to of the intelligence of the American people. Now, there's a lot of things that people can say about that. Do I feel that politicians think that we're stupid? Yes, I do. I'll be very honest with you. This is the first time that I am seeing this, guys. I'm seeing it live. But you guys, whoever did not see it, this is the first time I'm seeing it. It's the first time I'm reacting to it. That is very unique what he just said. An insult to the American people's intelligence. And that's what they do, guys. They really feel that we're stupid. They think that they can put some of these laws into place and some of these things, like some of these insurance companies, even. You pay for the insurance and this, that, and the third. And when you need it, they figure out little ways to deny your ass. So who knows? Who knows what could be the real reason why this man did it? I said before that maybe who knows, it could be that they're in a relationship. We don't know. Could be that, the guy's wife was giving him some buns and stuff like that. Because, like I said, when a man gets some good poontang from a woman, he could go crazy. But then it also could be that maybe a family member was denied of this man. We don't know. The family put out a statement and saying that he was missing and stuff like that since November and this, that, and the third. So we don't know what he was doing. But we have to really think about that. This is it makes you think. That statement that he said makes you think. Let's continue, guys.
All right, so we just heard him yell that about it, sort of something being unjust. This is an insult to the intelligence of the American people. Let's bring in trial attorney Mercedes Colwin with us. Look, this is someone, between what you're hearing him.
Listen, shout out to everybody who's in. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for liking the video, making comments, subscribing to my YouTube channel. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love each and every one of you. Guys on Twitter, really appreciate you. Thank you so much. I love each and every one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for viewing this video. Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Him say right there, manifesto, messages left on these bullets. Right. I mean, this is someone on a mission, it appears. He is the alleged killer in this case. We have to be very clear about that. He's facing an extradition hearing here, but I just wonder what you think of a moment like that as you see it, knowing the evidence that police say they have on this person.
You've chosen Polestar 3 because, of course, you have. Now comes the difficult but still fun part, choosing the colors.
Brianna, it's very disturbing, and those types of outbursts will certainly be evaluated by his defense team because that's just not normal. I mean, we've already had reports that he has been very strange since over the summer, that he's become reclusive. This manifesto is these rantings and ravings of an individual that obviously has some aberrant thoughts in his mind, and that's why he put it down on paper. So all of that is certainly very disturbing. The defense is going to have to evaluate whether this is an individual that really will even understand the charges. I mean, they may, depending on how aberrant his thoughts are, he has to be able to understand the process and the proceedings, even at this stage. And if there's some indication that
all right, come on, stop it. He knew what the hell he did. If this is the man who killed that CEO, he knew what he did. And to be valedictorian of his high school, he knew exactly what he was doing. So even if the defense tries to say that he's unfit to stand trial, no. If any jury believes that, something's wrong. Come on now. Come on. Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest.
He isn't able to do so, there might have to be some psychological evaluation, and then that will be reported back to the judge, and the judge will make the ultimate ruling as to whether or not to proceed with the proceeding. But this type of outburst is definitely very disturbing.
Yeah.
Or it could be that he prepared to do it to make people think that he's crazy. Come on now. Come on. If I could understand if he just maybe juked the guy, jukey or something like that, and ran away with a knife and the police tased him and stuff like that. This man is very calculated. So don't think for 1 minute my brothers and sisters, that this man hasn't planned everything. Come on. Like I said, it could be many different scenarios on why this man did it. But don't think for 1 minute that he's dumb. He is not. He's very calculated, very calculated.
No doubt about that. You saw officers shuffling him in as quickly as possible. I'm
Because
wondering,
he's
Mercedes,
smart.
as you're talking about the suspect here having a grasp of what the proceedings are going to be like, what actually happens at an extradition hearing?
There has to be an establishment by the demanding state. Demanding state is New York. The asylum state is Pennsylvania. So the demanding state, that New York has to establish to law enforcement that this is the individual that was the alleged shooter of Brian Thompson. So they'll have to go through the evidence that we've already described, the manifesto, the ghost gun, the images that we saw, even the eyewitness. They may even bring in some of the eyewitness who was discovered. The arresting officer in Pennsylvania will come forward and talk about the exchange that he had with Mangione. It's already been reported that that arresting officer, when asked Mangione, the first words out of his mouth, it's been reported, he asked Mangione, were you in New York? And certainly Mangione, at least this officer, claims that he was very nervous when asked that question. So there will be testimony, there will be
I
evidence.
mean, would you answer that question? If you know that you murked somebody, would you, if the officer asks, hey, were you in New York? Why you want to know? I just want to know, were you in New York? Mm, I plead the fifth. I'm not answering that. But I mean, if they found weapons and stuff like that, like, they're gonna bring him down if he's the person who did it. Because there's so many different pictures and stuff, and people would say things on the internet that maybe it's him, maybe it's not. You know, people are saying free this man. Like, come on now, come on. If this man killed the guy, he deserves to be in prison.
But Mangione can waive it. I mean, depending on whether he waives it, it doesn't sound, to Brianna's point, it doesn't sound like he may waive the hearing. And if he does waive the hearing, then he will be extradited without any further process. It doesn't sound like that's going to happen. It will have to be. It certainly sounds like there will be this process with witnesses and evidence being set forth before the judge. And the judge will make the ultimate ruling that there is probable cause to establish that Mangione is, in fact, the alleged killer of Brian Thompson.
And we are anticipating news
Let's
out of that
find out.
hearing soon. Mercedes Cohen, thank you so much for giving us your analysis. CNN's Bryn Gingras has been covering every twist and turn on this case. Bryn, what is happening at this extradition hearing?
Yeah, so listen, Boris, we have a reporter inside the courtroom right now. They're not allowed to have any sort of communication. So we
Before I allow her to continue and everything, nice looking woman. Shout out to her. Shout out to CNN. Sometimes they can be a little biased on the left and stuff like that. But this right here, I guess they're calling it down the middle and stuff like that. Politics, CNN is really wonky and stuff, but you got a whole heap of things that's wonky. All of them is kind of wonky in their own way. But still, I feel that if it's this man, if he's the suspect and he's the person who killed him, and they find the evidence and they can link him, he's gonna come to New York. He's gonna get tried for first-degree murder. And anybody who's saying free him and this, that, and the third, come on. Princess Peach cannot save this man. Mario, his brother, can't save this man. He's done. He's done, guys. All right. There's not going to be any continues. It's not going to be any extra lives. He's done. He's done.
don't quite know just yet if that hearing has started. We're still waiting to get an update, but you can see, we know that he is inside that courthouse, at least from that sort
That's
of
funny.
combative moment.
And it's funny. Look, it says Holidayburg. That's funny. He's caught around the holidays and he's in Holidayburg or Holidaysburg. Oh God, Pennsylvania. Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
there, as you showed the viewers, where it took several sheriff's deputies to calm him down and get him inside of that building. As you said, this is really the first time that we are hearing from him, his own voice. We do know that he does have a defense attorney who's representing him for this extradition hearing. We know that New York asked for this extradition. A warrant for his arrest has been issued. So it's now up to the trial judge to go forward with this, for the judge rather, to go forward with this hearing. And he has the decision to either fight it or to actually move forward, where people from the NYPD will and Marshal's office will bring him here to New York. And we're learning that that could happen sometime tonight, could be even sometime tomorrow.
Let's look at this real quick. I'm glad that they put out this information. 26 years old, from a wealthy Maryland family. Hmm. Hmm. So, guys, if he did do it, it seems that, like, I want to know why. Because if the family is wealthy, there's no reason to kill a guy or worry about insurance. So, what is he worrying about? So, you have to think about that. This information here is key. So, if he's from a wealthy family, could it be a relationship that they had? We have to think about that, guys. To really think about that. High school valedictorian, okay, that doesn't mean that you won't go and murk somebody. Doesn't mean that. Ivy League graduate does not mean that he will not murk somebody. And just because he had a recent address in Hawaii, maybe he liked the sun. I got a nice Hawaiian shirt on now. I would love to be in Hawaii. It's too damn cold in New York. I'm cold. But guess what? I got to work because I'm broke and I got to do what I have to do. So I'm going to be in New York and make moves. But hey, this is crazy. This is crazy.
And Britton, what are we learning about a potential motive?
Yeah, so Boris, there's an intelligence report that is shared among the intelligence community all across the country that came from the NYPD, received by our John Miller, and it really gives some more details about that 3-page document that authorities did find on Mangione. They say when they made that arrest, and it talks about sort of his hatred with the healthcare industry, and it talks about how he somewhat viewed himself as committing a symbolic takedown with this alleged act that he is accused of. In it, he basically said the mafioso has gotten too powerful and to continue the abuse of our country for immense profit. And he kind of paints himself, according to this
Okay.
report, as somewhat of a hero, saying that evidently I am the first to face it with such brutal honesty. Now, of course, you've heard.
What type of what? Like, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Like, does he mean that he was the first to decide to take this guy out? Like, why that man? This is what we're trying to figure out. Why did he just target him? I feel that, in my opinion, they had a relationship before. That's what I think. That's what I think. I could be wrong. I'm just gonna say my opinion, but I kind of feel that they had a relationship before.
Governor Shapiro from Pennsylvania come out. You've seen the New York governor come out and say he is no hero. Of course, we should not be celebrating this person, but it certainly is giving a little bit more detail as to a motive, possibly, of why he is accused of this horrific crime. We also are learning more from friends and family, right? We have been talking to many people, some who have lived with him, some people who knew him in college and high school, who say, they were, close to him over social media or keeping in touch with him, but he sort of fell off the grid this last summer. And one person we spoke to
Hmm.
talked about a back injury that he was dealing with, which also might be something that could be connecting the dots to the healthcare industry. But let's hear more from this person who actually lived with him in Hawaii at one point.
Before he moved in, I remember he said he had a back issue and he was hoping to get stronger in Hawaii. When he first came, he went on a surf lesson with other members, and unfortunately, just a basic surf lesson, he was in bed for about a week. We had to get a different bed for him that was more firm, and I know it was really traumatic and difficult. When you're in your early 20s and you can't, do some basic things, it can be really, really difficult.
I agree with that. I agree with that. I tore a ligament in my knee, my left knee, playing football. I played semi-pro football before, and it still hurts. I'm 38, gonna be 39 in 4 days, and I still have knee problems. still have knee problems. So it's not an easy thing when you have injuries, and especially when you're young, you know, have your whole life ahead of you, and you're trying to do what you got to do. It's not easy, not easy. So I could kind of understand where they're coming from with that.
Yeah, again, these are all sort of the things that police are going to be using to connect the dots and try to point to a motive, try to build their case. We know that they've also, of course, scrubbed social media in their efforts in this investigation. As I said, we are now waiting for this extradition hearing to happen, and it's possible that Luigi Mangione may be on his way to New York at the soonest, maybe tonight, Boris.
Bryn Gingras, thank you so much for keeping an eye on that. Brianna.
Wow, that's well. I mean, guys, hey, look, I feel that they caught this guy, and if he's the killer, which they're going to go and do the evidence and all that stuff, then yes, he deserves to be extradited to New York to face charges. And they're going to, the only thing is that with him being caught in Pennsylvania on gun charges, how are they going to do it? Are they going to try him in Pennsylvania, or they're going to try him for the worser charge of first degree murder in New York? Like, it's a lot of things that's going to happen and stuff like that, but we'll see. Only time will tell. I feel that, hey, if they want to try him, or they, of course, they want to try him for this murder, and it was such a high profile murder, they're going to continue and try to get him to come to New York, or get him to be extradited to New York, so that they can try him, and they can pretty much solve this case, because NYPD was all over it. For something like this to happen in New York City, it's kind of rare. Normally you hear, like, maybe a regular person getting gunned down, and they'll do their best to try to find that person. But this was just such a high profile situation that people thought of it as saying that, wow, this man is damn near like the Red Hood from Batman and stuff like that. Or people was calling him Batman because he just did it at night and then just escaped and stuff like that. So we didn't know, but hey, this man is caught. It's game over for Luigi, and we'll see what happens next. Well, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to get to the next topic, and it's about BLM. BLM, I don't understand it. It's a lot of things with BLM. Their leader, one of their leaders, was buying homes and stuff like that. A lot of BLM uh, under leaders and stuff like that, or henchmen, went to jail and stuff for fraud, defrauding people and stuff. But we don't know. But it's the crazy thing that they're angry about Daniel Penny being found not guilty, and then the other one for manslaughter was dismissed. They're pissed off about it. There's Daniel Penny there drinking and everything with the thumbs up. Doing that, but it is what it is. But let's hear. Let's see what they got to say. Let's see what they got to say. Oh, wait, sorry guys. Put up the volume.
So do you not blame Jordan Neely at all? I mean, for what he did, he deserves no blame from your perspective, right?
Did you hear the witness testimony?
I'm asking
or
you a
are you
question.
cherry picking the ones?
I'm asking you a question. Do you blame Jordan Neely at all for his conduct?
If Jordan Neely was a white man, we'd be saying it was an opioid crisis. He was hungry. He was mentally ill. He had a muffin in his pocket.
I wouldn't.
All right. Okay. All right. I kind of agree with that. Let me tell you why. If it was a white homeless man that got choked out, first of all, Daniel Penny wouldn't even be charged. He wouldn't have been charged, because it seems that the way that they want to portray is black versus white. I keep telling my brothers and sisters, thank you for coming in. Really appreciate everybody. Please like, comment, subscribe. Really appreciate you guys. They don't want you and me to come together. They want us to be at each other's throats, because once we're at each other's throats, they can continue to make these funky, messed up laws that will not help us. This is what it really is. That's what they want to happen. They want us to continue arguing. This BLM activist, for her to keep talking about, oh, he had a muffin in his pocket. Why didn't he eat the muffin? Like, why would you go on the train acting crazy? Where was this guy's parents? Why is the father talking about I miss my son? Why didn't you help your son when he was on drugs? You could have helped him then. Don't come on TV and be like, I miss my son. Hell no. You think my son would ever be hooked on drugs? Hell no, because number one, I don't play that. I'm in his life, and I will always be in his life, watching him like a hawk. I'll be like, yo, what you doing? What you doing? What you doing? What's in your book bag? Huh? Huh? I don't got time for that. I'm on it, as the parent should.
Be if there were other. What about the witnesses? Let's play again, just so we're clear on the race.
Play Eddie Gibson, who begged Daniel Neely to stop.
Oh, again, but he stayed there throughout the incident.
Play the ones that fit the narrative.
But what's the narrative? There's black women who were on the subway. It was mostly people of color on the subway.
What about a white man during cross-examination who said that he was afraid of Daniel Penny?
Listen, see, here's the thing. I just said it. They want to play black versus white. I'm telling you guys. First things first, let me just tell you guys something. This is something that you got to understand. I'm gonna show you something. What color of paper is this? This is a white piece of paper, right? What color is this right here? This is a black phone case. Is that guy white? No. Is that woman black? No. There's no such thing as white people or black people. They want you to believe it is, because once you believe that it's white people, black people, when we're all shades of wheat, once you believe that, you would realize that in their eyes, we don't exist. That's why we don't get the justice that we want. That's why we don't get things that we want when it comes down to politics, because we're too busy talking about white versus black when that doesn't exist in human nature. I have never seen a fully black person. I've never seen a fully white person. The only time I've saw a white person was in that movie Ghost, when he was a ghost. And those black things that was taking the evil people down. That's what I saw. So think about that, guys. Think about how they don't really want us to come together, because they talk about black versus white when those two color spectrums are not in people. Think about it.
The one who poured water onto his head and said that he was afraid. He was a white man.
Yeah, okay. So, and
what about the Latino man who was holding his arms?
I'm not the one identifying everyone by race. You are. You're the one who keeps telling.
She is.
Why do you
she
have
is
to?
now.
Nothing
She is.
The FBI, when you look at when hate crimes happen, when you look at when injustice happen to black people,
but let's agree.
Don't get justice.
Let's agree to some. Look, I'm going to be doing a segment later this week on a missing black woman who has not been getting nearly enough attention.
Send it to me and I'll share the.
No, but by the media, because I understand that, and to that.
Why is she so angry? Like, come on, my beautiful sister. Come on now. I don't like to see women angry like that, because it just don't make any sense. You know, I don't like to see people angry, period. I like to see people happy, living life. Go to Six Flags Great Adventures so that you can be happy.
That degree, you have a fair point about the way sometimes the media and the justice system handles, but not in this case. This case, even the prosecutors conceded Daniel Penny had every right to go hands-on, and the question became, okay, when should he have stopped? I understand that.
The time frame on that,
right,
from the DA's office was after 30 seconds. Can you not concede that Daniel Penny was a trained killer? That he not have his gray belt? United States Marine Corps is an assassin.
Sure, but.
Okay, just because you're in the Marine Corps, I mean, yes or no, you're trained to use a gun, but CQC, close quarter combat, it's a gray area. All right. Plus, there were people there that was holding down Mr. Neely as well. I said it before and I'm gonna say it again. The reason why Daniel Penny is a free man is because Ivan Bragg only went after him. If he would have went after the other two individuals who was holding Jordan Neely down, he would have at least gotten criminal negligent homicide. He would have at least gotten that. But because he made it a race thing, and this is the problem with a lot of these politicians, they like to make it a race thing. They want us to fight each other so that we won't see the foolishness that they're doing. Once he made it a race thing, it was game over. It was game over. That's the problem right then and there. I'm not saying that Mr. Penny should have continued to hold him down and choke him out and like that. I'm not saying that he should have done that. In my opinion, I would have let it go. If I was him, I would have let go after I saw that his hands was down and he wasn't moving. I'm like, all right, cool, I'm letting this man go. But you have to understand that there were many people that were on the train that felt that Mr. Neely was a threat, and Mr. Penny decided to take action and do what needed to be done. That's all I gotta say about that.
He knew. Let me
so every Marine is trained
because
to
actually, Black Marines and white Marines have reached out and actually told us he went too far.
But going too far is different from criminal.
Let me break it down.
That's true. Going too far is different from criminal. He's a good reporter. I like him. I like him.
A chokehold, a blood chokehold, which he did. You're only supposed to hold someone in that move for 8 to 13 seconds. Yeah. You're not supposed to do it longer than 2 minutes. Why did Daniel Penny, when the train was completely clear, everyone was on the platform, why did he hold it for nearly 2
hold
minutes?
him down.
He was a Marine is scared of a crack, someone he labeled as a crackhead.
Again, is it not possible that Daniel Penny...
These two guys here, I'm going to pause it right here. These two guys, if they would have tried them too, who knows? Maybe we wouldn't be saying Daniel Penny is a free man. We would have been saying that Daniel Penny plus those 3 guys have been convicted for criminal negligent homicide. But then, they probably would have just gotten probation or something like that. But it didn't look pretty for Alvin Bragg. So what he did, he went after Daniel Penny and made it a race thing. I say this all the time. If this, like I said, if those 3 men would have been charged, you think anybody would have given a damn? They wouldn't have given a damn. You think BLM would be there on this show right now? They wouldn't give a damn. They'd be like, well, you know what? At least it was the white guy and the Indian guy and the black guy. At least they're all going down. That's what would happen. That's what would have happened. And shoot.
When he's doing this on the spot, stepping up to help people of many different races, moves in and doesn't have a clock with him to decide when he should stop and when he shouldn't, which is why in the end the jury acquitted, right?
No, actually, Daniel Penny was trained very well by the United States Marine Corps, and he knew what the signs were. He knew when Jordan's body was slacking. He knew that Jordan was going to die. Why didn't you show his face, Dan? You're a good man. Of when he laughed and when the first response, I'm critical of the police. You know this, right? NYPD tried to save his life while they were doing chest compressions. Daniel Penny laughed and said chest compression. A good person, a hero. One last thing. Why did he never ask about the well-being in that police department about Jordan Neely?
So you're asking,
a hero.
You're asking a lot of questions that are sort of rhetorical.
Yeah, she is. She is. All right. Listen, it's the police job and the paramedics' job to try to do their best to save someone. But to say that, okay, yes, he was a trained killer. Yes, when you join the Army, I know I wanted to become a National Guardsman, but I was medically discharged. It's okay. You will get trained. You go to boot camp to know how to kill. All right. But does that mean that that Daniel Penny wanted to kill Mr. Neely? I don't think so. Nobody wakes up and says, well, I can't say nobody wakes up because there's some serious crazy people out here. I don't think that Mr. Daniel Penny woke up and said, I'm going to go on a train, put on my cape, become Superman, and kill Mr. Jordan Neely. Come on now. Like, BLM members, I understand that they be upset about the police, and you see all these things that's going on with the police and everything. Shout out to NYPD. Shout out to all the police force that's out there who doing their thing and everything, because I, for one, don't get no defunding police. I feel that they need to use the money wisely, but not defunding them. But still, what she's saying right here, it's too many questions that lead to answers that if she doesn't get the answer that she wants, she's going to be upset.
Questions, right? But the ultimate question is, why did the jury acquit? Is it because they're racist?
America is inherently biased.
So the jury is racist.
Have you seen?
I'm asking you a question. No, don't change the subject. Is it because the jury is racist?
Yes.
Okay.
The jurors.
Even the black person on the jury.
Would you like to hear something?
Yeah.
From me? I believe that even black people can be anti-black. People are predeceived to see black people as a threat and as a victim. Because people called in. You heard the voice recordings when they called 911.
All right, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, guys, straight off the bat. I agree with her. I agree with her. But here's the thing, right? See, for me, I'm an equal opportunist smoke giver. So if I see a white person being crazy, all right, I will call the cops because you're not attacking me. If I don't care what the race is, because I want to be safe and go home. Because you know what? I'm a punk. Okay, so I would run away. I don't got time for that. All right, I don't have time for that. If I have to stand and fight, of course I will, because you know what? I am not that much of a punk, but I feel that I love my life, so I'm not going to really go as far as doing some craziness. But everyone has bias. Everyone can look at somebody and say, you know what, that person right there, that white person, that black person, that Latino, that Indian, that Asian, whatever, they, them right there, them. That's what it is. That's how we are. That's human nature. But to make it a black and white thing is wrong. It's wrong.
Jordan Neely was in a chokehold for over 4 minutes, turning purple, which black people do in fact do that, and people still saw him as a harm. Even when his body went limp, he was still viewed as a criminal. So I'm sorry if I'm going to defend the needy, if I'm going to defend the poor. Why does no one talk about when Jordan Neely came on asking for water and being thirsty? Why does no one talk about?
Because they're talking, because that's not what happened right here. What happened right here, the reason he was held was not because he was asking for water. It's because he was scaring the heck out of everyone on the subway, which apparently he's done before.
See, and this is what they always do: spin the narrative. He was just a needy person asking for water. No, he was scaring the living daylights out of people. Come on now. I bet you, and I bet a 1 shilling that if she was on that train and that man Jordan Neely was acting crazy, you think that she would have all this to say? You think she would say, "Oh, let me try to help you"? No, she would have been like, "Please, please, Mr. Penny, put him in a chokehold." That's what she'll say. That's what she'll say. Please, where are the big men? They would look at my big ass. If I was on the train, they would look at me, because it has happened where somebody act a little bit crazy and you got the ladies looking at me like I'm supposed to do something. Like, hell no, I'm scared just like you. You think I don't want to go home? Shoot, I'm about to get off the next stop. I don't know about you. You got to be on there with them, not me. Hell no. Nope, 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 nope.
Dan, anyone who has rode the New York City subway has encountered mentally ill people. Why are we not having this conversation?
And
we don't kill them.
Scary.
But you know what?
We offer help or we get out of the way.
But more people wish people would step up more and help and stop people from doing it.
So are you giving a license to vigilantism? Are you saying that
it's not vigilante?
Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying is it's very unfortunate. I think Daniel Penny would say it is really unfortunate that he died.
Why didn't he care when he was at the precinct? He showed no remorse.
Because he was defending what he did.
He lied.
Facts. He was defending what he did. You can't, it's funny that these people would say they try to find every little thing. Listen, he was found not guilty, all right? He was found not guilty. And there were black people on the jury. So it is what it is. I mean, you can continue arguing. What if he was found guilty? They'll be cheering, yeah, Daniel Penny's going to jail. But there was a black guy and an Indian guy that was holding him down as well. What about those two guys? Do they deserve to go to jail? Do they deserve to be put on trial? I believe so. I believe that Alvin Bragg made the wrong move to just go after him. Yes, Daniel Penny was the one that had him in the chokehold, but the other two guys were accomplices. They held him down. See, this is where things go wrong. You have to be very careful, guys. You have to be very careful.
Lied in that defense too. Do you know he told people, he told the police, who people love, that people respect the police's opinion, right? People respect what they do. People respect that honor. He lied in the 5th precinct. How can anything he do? Can we just stop calling him a hero? Can
Why?
we do that?
No, I can't. I actually do view.
Because
I do
it's in
view
my
what he
book
did as heroic.
here.
Thanks for watching. Go to join.
Yeah, listen, do I feel that what he did was heroic? Yeah, I do as well. And the reason why I feel that was heroic because people were afraid. Would I have done it? No, because I know for a fact. Well, I can't say I know for a fact, but my black ass would probably been locked up. All right, would probably been locked up. Maybe, well, maybe not. Maybe not. It probably would have been like, oh, self defense. But they made it into a race thing. And this is where I'm tired of BLM and even a lot of conservatives, liberals, this, that, and the third, Democrats, Republicans, stop making it into a race thing. This was a man who had another man in a chokehold. Simple as that. And two other men held him down. But they want us to make it into a race thing because once they know that once we make it into a race thing, we will not pay attention to the shenanigans that they're doing in Congress, in the Senate, and your local city councilmen, your mayors, your governors, your state assemblymen or aldermen or your state senators. They know that you will not pay attention to those laws. And there's plenty of laws that's on the books that will not help you. While we're worrying about this, or while people are worrying about this, guess what? Are they helping marriage laws? Are they making sure that every single marriage we have a private prenup where the man and the woman, or man and man, or woman and woman, whatever, they have agreements made in place so that if something happens and they want to dissolve the marriage, that things are settled beforehand? No. While they taking care of us as men, there are plenty more men who are on the subways, who are out there homeless, white men, Asian men, Indian men, black men, Latino men, plenty of people, women as well, who are homeless. Are they taking care of them? They may be, but most of the time you continue seeing them on the street. This man, yes, he cried out for help, but did Mr. Neely's parents help him? The father's there on TV talking about, oh, I miss my son. If you missed your son, he wouldn't have been on the trains being homeless and acting crazy. You would have helped him. There's no way in hell I'm going to have my son be out there like that. No way in hell. I'm going to do what I got to do for my family. So crazy, so crazy. But this is what it is. This is how they have it. And it is what it is. So thank you guys for coming on. Really appreciate it. Thank you for viewing. Thank you guys on Twitter, from X. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you, my people from YouTube. Thank you. Really appreciate each and every one of you guys. I really do. I'm a new YouTuber. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to build on YouTube, trying to build good subscribers, trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. Really appreciate that. If you can help me, thank you so much. To my people on X, thank you for watching. Really appreciate each and every one of you here. I'm a new person on X as well, trying to grow a following. So I would really appreciate that you follow my channel so that you can help me grow and we could create dialogue and have conversations and be able to build a great community together so that we can, as brothers and sisters, build together, make moves together through friendship, truth, and love. Really appreciate each and every one of you guys. Well, I'm about to call it a night. Just wanted to get these two news feeds to you guys. I will probably do a live tomorrow. Please join me. Really appreciate it. Probably do one in the morning, depending on the time and everything. And we'll see what happens from there. Thank you so much. Please, guys on YouTube, please like, make some comments. Please subscribe. Guys on X, please, give me some feedback on this live. Let me know how I did. Let me know how you feel. Talk about the different subjects. Let me know how you feel about them. Let me know how you feel about Luigi Mangione with his game over and yelling it and everything. And tell me how you feel about the BLM leader weighing in and being angry that Daniel Penny is now a free man. So thank you so much, guys. Please be safe out there. I love each and every one of you. Have a wonderful night. Peace.